the fast 5 things you need to know. We'll start your day off swirly, it's the toast. I sound amazing.
Welcome back to the Toast and happy, Thursday.
It's feeling like a Thursday.
Chugging along. Really feel like my time in Florida is coming to an end. Like, what is this weather? It's freezing. I heard it snowed in Pensacola.
Wow. And you weren't there to see it.
I know. And she's from Pensacola. That's not much bigger than Maysville.
Well, the weather's very on and off. Even as I was driving today, I had to put my sunglasses on, take them off. I try not to wear sunglasses when it's not super sunny because I don't want my eyes to not be able to handle any sort of light.
Speaking of driving, I do feel like yesterday's conversation about driving just sort of set me off on this journey of destruction. As I was pulling out of here yesterday, just ran into a pole. And I heard this sort of crickling, crackling sound. And I haven't actually went to the back of the car to investigate it. I just can't bring myself to do it. And I feel like if it's really that big of a deal, Ben will see it and be hey, what happened?
Someone behind you driving will honk and be like, check your bumper.
Right. And the thing is about this pole is that I swear to God, when I was looking, and I'm just at a stage in my life where the cameras are enough. I really need not be turning my neck around.
Well, yeah.
I'm telling you, it wasn't there.
On the cameras.
The camera, it really, but then when I heard the crackle and I looked at the camera, I'm like, oh, big black pole. It really came out of nowhere, you guys.
Just one thing to say. Oops.
My bad. I just really...
They're going to revoke our licenses.
I can't be bothered with stationary objects. It actually is really crazy that the average person can get a license.
No, and that's what gives me a lot of comfort. Knowing, even when I'm doubting myself and I'm driving, I'm like, I can't do it. Knowing... Tons of people do it. Everyone does it. I once saw a video of a kid in another country. I think he was 4 years old and he was driving a truck.
That's interesting. You know what actually brings me comfort that I think about all the time? And it's actually related to when I first gave birth, I was so paranoid that somebody was going to come and steal my baby. And a friend of mine was like, nobody wants your baby. Babies are a lot of work. I'm like, oh, I guess that's facts. Sure. People on the road, they don't want to be killed either. So if I'm just swerving into lanes and you're in my way, I also have a lot of faith that person, even if I'm in the wrong, they're going to get out of my way. They care about their car too.
Oh, I have no faith in that. When I want to change lanes where an ordinary person would, if there's a car within 50 feet of me, I'm not doing it because I just think they're not going to stop what they're doing.
I just imagine, it's also annoying for that person to get into an accident. It delays your day. It's expensive. Insurance, police, it's a lot. So I imagine they're also going to do everything in their power to get the fuck out of my way as well. And that brings me great comfort because I'm changing lanes and I'm I think nobody's there. And if there is, they'll get out of my way.
They know what to do.
Yeah. It's human nature to avoid destruction. So if I'm just swerving into your lane, I have great faith in my fellow man that they will GTFO.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to apply that because I just don't think I'm in a place where I can be so brazen on the road. I'm
You'll get there.
Much more of a shy driver, introverted, imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it sounds like we all have a bit of imposter syndrome on the road.
It's true.
We're all thinking the same things about one another.
It's Thursday. I still did not watch Tell Me Lies. And I'm just feeling
You don't want to watch this show?
No, I do. I love the show. I just feel I don't know why I feel physically unable. Do you know what I mean?
I'm still in the second episode. I watched more last night, but I couldn't watch that much. It's hard to go in and out of. You really have to be sat for it. So I understand if you don't want to take it on. Once you're in it, it's so good. But if I'm pausing every 5 minutes, it's not the watching experience.
I'm also just I've got this baggage, right? Ben, when we get into bed, he's what are we watching? I'm well, I guess we are not going to watch a show that I watched 2 seasons of and that you've never seen.
Yeah, it's been isolating for sure because I have to watch 2 nights ago when I thought we were watching. I was I have to watch Tell Me Lies for work. You don't watch it, so you're on your own.
The buck stops here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So instead, we ended up watching, because I realized there's only 1 episode of The Pit out, and I watched it the other night, so I'm screwed. We ended up watching, Ben was really wanting to watch Martha Stewart. And she doesn't have a show. Do you know what I mean?
No, she has bits and bobs of content. But there's no piece together.
It's insane that she got to the homemaker level that she is. I know the greats, and she literally doesn't have a TV show. So he searched in the TV.
Martha Stewart.
Yeah, and these turn
episodes on Amazon Prime.
No, on Samsung TV Plus, which I guess I have. I think it comes with my Samsung TV or whatever. Yeah. It was pretty good. It was just it was called Martha Stewart's Cooking School, and so it's very educational. Ben was taking notes. I did fall asleep. It just wasn't for me. She had this famous butcher come on. So that's not only could I not watch Tell Me Lies, I got roped into watching something like Ben was into.
That sounds nice, though.
I guess.
Like, it sounds nice to watch Martha Stewart.
Yeah, she's
There's
a queen.
worse things he could have wanted to watch, like Marvel.
I do want to say, though, because I watch a lot of cooking content with my husband, and I feel like I'm very critical. You guys know I'm always talking about Ina. And like I said, it's amazing that Martha's become this like billion-dollar homemaker without ever having like a steady TV show. And I kind of feel like I understand why. She
is not like, doesn't have that.
Well, she's very educational. She knows shit nobody knows. Like, she was talking about like making stews and putting like carrots, onions, celery, like the classic. And you know, there's a word for those vegetables, like aromatics. Like it's like a finjarafun. Like,
okay.
And she's just like so like woke in cooking. Like she knows everything. And it's just like kind of boring. Yeah. And if you're like taking notes, like the roast chicken she made, I can make it. She explained it so perfectly, but it wasn't the most like entertaining. And I feel like maybe that's why her empire is kind of without its own TV show. And let me tell you, that bitch is so monotone. Do you know?
Yeah.
Ever notice that? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't
No,
have a lot
she's not like warm and fuzzy.
No,
and she's not trying to be, and she doesn't want to be.
No.
It's really educational. I watched like a compilation of her making pies over the holidays, and it was like bing, bam, boom, bop, bam.
Yeah, no like pizzazz.
No. I'm going to throw in a joke.
Right. Oh, no jokes and no smiles.
Yeah, even Ina like throws in a joke. You know, it might not be.
No, it's awkward, but it's a joke.
The most amazing joke, but she's got something. No, when you watch a lot of cooking content, you start to realize I actually watch someone who you would think like she should have a cooking show.
You're not going to say who?
No, I'm not going to say who because she's otherwise talented. And it was just a feeling to me like, oh, maybe she shouldn't.
Yeah, not everyone can do it, you guys. Even someone you would think like.
Yeah, it takes a special kind.
What else can I tell you? We had lunch together yesterday. That was nice.
We did have lunch together yesterday. We had a nice time.
We did. We always have a nice time.
We always have the best time. I actually filmed something really fun last night. Bruno got a brand deal.
Chewy?
I don't want to spoil anything. No. It actually might be up for Toasty Lions when it comes out. I have to get the content approved, but yeah, Bruno's going to start paying his own bills as the most expensive member of the family.
There's quite literally nothing better than when your dog starts bringing in money. Like, I remember when I got Theo, it was like such an added expense to my life. It was kind of my first big responsibility. And I was like, I'm not even worried. Like, we're going to get so many brand deals. I think over the course of his lifetime, we got one with BarkBox.
You got Amazon Pet, remember?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so sorry, two. And that Amazon Pet one paid extremely well.
Oh, and BarkBox was the gift that kept on giving. There were so many toys all the time.
Yeah, except that I was paying for BarkBox, like, and I couldn't figure out how to stop paying for BarkBox. And then I got the brand deal, and I was like, "Oh, that's great!" Now I pay for all the boxes. And at one point, I think I was getting 2 a month. It was insane, and I could not figure out how to cancel it. That's how they get you. You know, they make their portal so fucking confusing. It didn't bring in as much money as I thought it would. You know,
having a pet.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about yesterday? I don't know why I was thinking about this. Like, I don't know what set me off on this course, but I was thinking about when you had Theo and how like he was just like the center of the universe,
the
for
moon
all
and
of
stars.
us. Like, I took being a dog aunt so seriously
for our family. Like none of us had kids yet. It was our first like really big responsibility.
Like when you would ask me to watch Theo for the weekend, I would clear my schedule.
Yeah.
Every time he came in from a walk, we would have baths. I'd make like little spa set up for him. I would like do photo shoots with him.
We cared so much.
And I even remember when like Olivia was pregnant. For the first time.
Yes.
I remember thinking like, how am I going to love a child, like my niece, like even more than I love the dog.
No, it's inconceivable
the dog nephew.
that I could have more love than this.
Yeah.
Because the love doesn't get greater than it did for Theo.
That's what I thought. Now, of course, my heart's expanded, and now I'm like the worst dog aunt of all
Fuck them,
time.
no.
Get these runs out
Jackie
of my
won't
house.
even let Magnolia into her house.
Right, and Romeo's seriously like on his last leg. But it was just really funny to think about the evolution of like how your priorities change.
Yeah.
Like, a whole weekend, I wouldn't go out because I'm like, Theo needs me.
But I do think it also prepared us. Like
For
it was the
motherhood?
first, not for motherhood, but just like for responsibility.
Yeah.
Like it's a necessary step.
Yeah.
I think all young married couples should get a dog, but if they're like not having kids quite yet.
And if you want a dog.
Well,
but it does get hard if you want to have a kid within the next few years and then like you do have this young dog that needs a lot. I think there's it could go either way. Now with Brew, like we slayed the timing and he's an amazing addition and he's just one of the boys.
With Theo, like we had planned on slaying the timing, obviously.
Yeah.
God had other plans.
Yeah.
Now I'm stuck with Romeo.
But you had Ruby at the same age Romeo. It's different because he was your second dog, but you had Ruby at the same age Romeo was as I had Harry with Bruno, 18 months apart. You had 2 under 2.
It's just different.
Yeah, no, it was different.
For like a multitude of reasons.
I agree. And Bruno is, he's just a real one.
I'm going to say something crazy.
Shout out to Bruno today.
I think I love Bruno more than I love Romeo. I love Bruno. I really love Bruno.
It took a while. I feel like
it didn't.
Oh, I feel like everyone like clowns on Bruno.
No, that's Magnolia. You're getting confused.
No. For a while, they just like. I feel like Bruno didn't get his shine. He just sort of.
Well, Bruno constantly lived in the shadow of Theo. Theo was like sort of. It's honestly insane that Theo was ever Earthside. He feels ethereal, like even.
Like he always was ethereal.
He was this like sort of larger than life being, and Bruno definitely.
Got shadowed.
So kind of the best thing to ever happen to Bruno was Theo getting cancer.
Makes you think
that Bruno poisoned him and gave him cancer.
Perhaps, but I also want to say to Bruno's credit, like when Theo passed, Bruno really stepped up to the plate as like the number one boy.
The big wise dog, yeah.
The big wise dog. He really took on the role.
He did. And I feel like maybe I don't say that enough. I love Bruno.
Oh my gosh, I love you.
And Bruno fucking loves me.
Oh, he does. He loves his auntie. That's so sweet. I'm so glad Bruno's getting his flowers today. We talk a lot of trash about Bruno, but like sometimes I just like look at him. I was sitting with him this morning because whenever I'm sitting, he's like, "Oh, girl."
Oh, sitting?
He's love. Sitting, I'm sad.
Yeah, right.
And I was just like, he's such a good boy.
Yeah.
When he's not being crazy Brudini, like Mr. Steal Your Snacks.
Now, we're having this conversation about Bruno, and I do feel like we're skipping over like a brief period of time. Like it wasn't all perfect, like when you had babies and like you started blending. I feel like you went through like a Romeo phase too, where like you guys just couldn't be bothered with Bruno, and he was just like sort of there.
No, sometimes I can't be bothered with Bruno, but like he's fine with that, you know?
Yeah, right.
And like I've always said, like we have like Stry o'clock, which are the evening hours, and he gets to co-sleep with us, and then the rest of the day, like he knows, his brothers have needs.
Yeah, Bruno Potter.
Bruno sleeping under.
Bruno lives under the stairs, but like, and actually quite a very cool contraption, not like Harry Potter at all.
Yeah, no, he actually has like I would call it like a beautiful cottage.
Yeah,
cottage core.
When they were like renovating their house, they built into the bottom of the stairs, like how Harry Potter had a door. There's a door, but it's a crate, and it's quite lovely. Yes. Do you worry ever about like the structural integrity of your house? Because if one thing goes wrong, like Bruno's dead, if he's sleeping.
Oh, if the staircase were to.
If something.
Good thing he's never in there.
Yeah, right.
Good thing he's always with his mama.
And let me tell you, having a dog is wonderful, obviously, but having a crate is so fucking ugly. If you care even like a little bit about aesthetics, this big black wiry cage, it's so fucking ugly. So having your little built-in cottage is really a privilege.
Yeah, and he has a place to go.
And then people are like, well, why don't you get one of those like nice crates? Like I'm not spending that much money on a dog. Like,
what's a nice crate?
If you go to Wayfair, they have like really
like a little dog house.
And they're like wooden. And I'm just not there yet. Certainly not for Romeo. Maybe for Theo.
Does Romeo sleep with you?
No.
Oh, he doesn't?
No.
Well, he's still being trained.
Yeah, he's still being trained. The crate is really good for him. And like we never put him in the bed because we knew we were going to have a baby. And like when he was of age where he could start sleeping with us, I was pregnant and I was like, no, let's not get used to him sleeping because we're going to have to shove him back in the crate. And then like Ruby started sleeping through the night and like he could have, but my sleep is too important to me now.
Yeah. Oh, and not for Romeo.
Yeah. Oh, right. No. And like, yeah, no.
Understood. Well, that's what's the latest with the pups.
Yeah.
Rip Theo, Rip King.
Oh, it's always Rip Theo.
Rip King.
Like, I know when I die, like Theo will be greeting me at the gates of heaven. Like I still have lots of love for Theo.
He's your soul dog, as Margot says.
No, I know. And that's like a cringe online term, except when we're talking about Theo. Like he's my soul.
And you can't have more than one soul dog?
No.
That sounds like a movie, Soul Dogs.
Yeah, and it's like dogs on a plane. Soul plane.
What's the dogs movie?
Marley and Me?
Air Bud.
Yeah. Air Bud's a real tearjerker, that Air Bud.
Don't forget Air Bud, too.
That's where we got our Air Buds. Niche inside joke. Yeah, you have to be there.
I love listening to music on my earbuds.
Yeah, I actually don't.
Me neither. Corded.
I'm in a corded phase, except I went to the gym yesterday. And like I was moving. Obviously, that's what you do at the gym. And I like frosked the cord. Oh my God, they ripped the fuck out of my ears. It was actually like a hazard. You shouldn't wear corded headphones to the gym.
Yeah, but at least like when one falls out, you don't have to like go scurrying under the machine looking for it like an Air Bud.
That's where we got our earbuds.
Yeah. let's get into the stories. The stories are actually fun today. I'm excited to chit-chat with my swirlitude regarding the stories. So
is that your segue? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like, okay.
Okay, well,
Sure.
Having said that, whatever Jackie just said is brought to you by Wayfair. New year, new year. Yeah, that's it. Yes. Yes, new year does new year. New year, new you. The new year is here. Get back into an at-home routine that you love and elevate your space with Wayfair. From bedding and mattresses to storage solutions for every room in the house, Wayfair is your one-stop shop. Refresh your living room with accent pillows, mirrors, and faux plants for way less. So whether you're looking for new bedding, because it's never a bad time to refresh your bed. Bed is home. Bed is everything. Or you're decorating your kids' rooms. Perhaps your kids, changing from a crib to a toddler bed and you just want to spruce it up. Home decor for an all-around refresh or storage for every space. Wayfair's huge selection of home decor makes it easy to find exactly what's right for you. So no matter your budget, no matter your, size limitations, you can literally search on Wayfair. You need a nightstand, but you only have 30 inches between the wall and your bed. You can literally sort their huge assortment of nightstands or any product by width, by length, by price, by color, by material, by shape. Literally, it's insane. So also, you'll be surprised what you can find on Wayfair. Of course, couch. Of course, lamp. But they go deep, outdoor
Water park.
Furniture, literally water park. Dog bed. Get organized, refreshed, and back on track this new year for way less when you head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair. Every style, every home. Today's episode is also brought to you by Audible. It's time to take care of you. Who better to help you do that than top voices in well-being on Audible? You can level up your parenting, career, finances, sleep, relationships, or mindset. The Audible Wellbeing Collection has everything to inspire and support you every step of the way. Hear the latest from best-selling authors Brene Brown, Jay Shetty, Master Nutrition with Chef Jamie Oliver. Hear nature's sleep sounds from the sleeping world or get on top of your finances with Rachel Rogers. Plus, you'll find all the best parenting guides, like raising good humans. With this at your fingertips, you can imagine more for yourself and for your family. So kickstart your well-being journey with your first audiobook free when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com/toast. Membership is $14.95 a month. After 30 days, you can cancel at any time. Listening to the top voices in well-being sounds like self-care to us. Audible, there's more to imagine when you listen. Today's episode is also brought to you by Ollie, because today's episode is very pet-centric, and it makes sense that Ollie would be today's episode. If you're looking to refresh your dog's nutrition, get them on fresh food, check out Ollie. They have human-grade recipes backed by vet nutritionists and crafted with culinary experts. Dogs, of course, love the taste. Even picky eaters will show more excitement during mealtime. It's a really, it's a better experience when it comes to feeding your dog. Their tailored meal plans meet your dog's specific needs. They are perfectly portioned meals in mess-free packaging, and it comes with a scoop for easy serving and storage for zero refrigerator stink. Yeah, I feel like a lot of times you want to do fresh food for your dog, but it just gets in the way of your lifestyle. It's not convenient, it's not shipped, it's really smelly. No, Ollie has thought of everything, because your dog's well-being starts with their food. That's why they deliver fresh, human-grade food that your dog will love. Head to ollie.com/toast. That's OLLIE.com/toast. Tell them about your dog. Use code TOAST to get 60% off your welcome kit when you subscribe. Plus, they offer a happiness guarantee on the first box. So, if you're not completely satisfied, you will get your money back. So Ollie is spelled OLLIE.com/toast. Our code is TOAST, and that will get you 60% off your first box. Because whether it's your soul dog or a dog that you're just simply tolerating, they do deserve the best. They do. And Ollie is the best. So again, Ollie.com, OLLIE.com/toast. Enter code TOAST to get 60% off your first box.
Thank you, your first shirt.
You're welcome.
Our first story, not to make it about ourselves, but the 2026 iHeartRadio podcast nominees have been revealed. So iHeartRadio is one of the only institutions really taking the art of podcasting so seriously enough to give it an award show. They're not calling it the Potties, which is a mistake.
Don't worry, we will one day fund the Potties, and we will give ourselves all the awards.
Free idea to iHeartRadio. It shouldn't be called the iHeartRadio Podcast Awards, because it's just a mouthful.
Well, but not only that.
And they have their own podcast.
So
it would be
it's an honor to be nominated.
It would be like the Netflix Movie Awards.
Yeah, exactly. So they should change the name and then have it be secretly funded by iHeart, because that's like seriously Spotify doing awards for podcasts, you're going to give it to your Spotify. And so iHeartRadio has a lot of really popular podcasts, and they didn't only nominate iHeart podcasts. We were nominated. We're not an iHeart podcast, but I don't feel confident that we'll win because I think there's like another iHeartRadio podcast in there, and they're obviously going to lift up their own shows.
However, it is fan voted. So if the Toasters want to vote for us in the best comedy category, feel free. Like, let's talk about the nominees. So your girls were nominated for best comedy podcast. And I don't want to complain.
No, of course. But I was also like confused because there's best pop culture podcast. And I guess we're funnier than we are pop culture.
Well, it's like whoever did the nominees really gets it because we always say like the point of the show is not pop culture, even though we do 5 pop culture stories per day, roughly 25 per week, sometimes more. But the toaster at iHeart was like, it's not about pop culture. It's about the hilarity of Jackson Claude.
Correct.
So we were nominated for Best Comedy Podcast along with Good Hang with Amy Poehler.
Great.
The Golden Globe winning podcast.
Yeah, right.
Distractable, Handsome, and The Basement Yard.
Oh, do you know The Basement Yard?
No.
They're super funny.
Who is it?
It's Frank and his friend, whose name I don't know. Their clips are, they're literally like a TikTok built podcast, but there are a lot of TikTok built podcasts, but they have like a lot of fans. They do like big tours. They're super funny. They're like, one of them's a dad. One of them I think is just married. And they're just like funny.
Oh, great.
They're very like Brooklyn. I don't know where they're from, but they're so Brooklyn.
So who do you think will win?
Like Amy Poehler.
But do you think the good hangers are more fervent?
The hanger-oners, yeah.
Than the toasters?
Yeah, I do. Obviously, I can't say like I think we're gonna win, but
the thing is, I actually like feel free to vote for me. Like I'm not gonna stop you.
Oh yeah, feel free to vote for me too.
But I have no like plans to go to the show, so I don't really like. It's an honor to be nominated.
Yeah, I am curious if this is like
this is actually like our first real big nomination. I would say.
I don't know. We were
and you're the Shorty Awards.
I was nominated for 2 People's Choice Awards. So
for the toast.
Yeah, I did get a Shorty Award. Please don't make me tell that story again. Yeah, no, that's true. I want to say I would love to win. Like, sorry, I'm not better than that. It is of course an honor to be nominated, but I just want to go on record saying like, I want to win. So please, like I will make multiple accounts and I will vote for myself, whatever. It's like 5 times a day, whatever the rules are, but that's probably not enough to compete with Amy Poehler.
But I have no plans to go to the award show anyway. That's why like this year, like feel free to vote.
No, you guys like.
But like we're trying to be cool. But like if you want to vote for us,
yeah, it's like we're cool. But like one thing about me specifically, I won't like drag you in with my like I'm unbelievably desperate for like recognition. And this is it.
Is this the recognition you've been waiting for? Best comedy podcast.
I haven't been waiting for it, but of course it's an honor to be nominated.
Yeah, it really is an honor to be nominated. Now we were also snubbed.
Yes.
In a category that I cannot believe exists. And
Me too.
They found enough nominees that weren't us.
It's actually disgusting that we were not nominated for Best Ad Read. I mean, did you just hear that whole Wayfair snub haha thing and then the Ollie callback? Like, this is disgusting.
So they actually have a category for Best Ad Read. We were not nominated.
And I have to imagine that these are all iHeart podcasts, and this is like iHeart's way of like, honoring their own sponsors.
But it's not. It's Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend.
Is he not iHeart?
I don't think so.
Let me look it up. Hold on.
Call Her Daddy, not iHeart. My Brother and Me.
Like, okay, that's definitely
like
My Brother. Hold on. My brother. No, it's not.
Dudes on Dudes. I need to see the specific ad reads that they're talking about because I don't know how anyone can
Dudes on Dudes is iHeart.
I don't know how anyone could do it better than Thuma.
Please.
Thuma.
Oh, by the way.
Let me be your
okay.
Thuma. Even though they're not a sponsor
Dudes
anymore.
on the divisional round, is that what it was called?
Nope.
Oh.
Dudes on Dudes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. Okay, Dudes on Dudes is an iHeart podcast. It is hosted by Gronk and Julian Edelman. And I can imagine their ad reads might be funny, but I also can't see them caring enough because I've never heard of the show.
Fine.
Okay.
Distractables.
I'm on my way. Distractables is a Spotify podcast hosted by Mark Fishback, my favorite, Wade Barnes, and Bob Moiskins. Thoughtful discussions about funning out there otherwise interesting stories from everyday life. I don't know. I seriously can't imagine that they're coming up with original jingles like we are.
No, and doing live ad reads. Nobody does live ad reads. I actually don't know one person that does live ad reads. So that
what? I take it back. I don't want to win this award because an institution that wouldn't recognize our branded work is disgusting.
Right? So that honestly felt like a snub to me. And then I'll just share some other nominees. They have Podcast of the Year. So that's like the big one.
Yeah, like Movie of the Year.
Movie of the Year, Entertainer of the Year. Good Hang with Amy Poehler.
I do fear it's Amy's year. I just want to say that. It was kind of like a big podcast this year.
Yeah. The Breakfast Club.
I feel like, first of all, that's iHeart, right? Because it's radio.
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably Radio Show of the Year. I don't necessarily think it's like Podcast of the Year, just saying.
Mel Robbins podcast.
Just hold on. Can we talk about Mel Robbins?
I don't have a lot to say because like it's kind of missed me, but I think that's like the point of what I want to say. It's like it came out of nowhere.
So Mel Robbins is everywhere. She has like books. I know Let Them was like a really big thing. And it's kind of how I feel about The Weeknd.
I feel like I actually practice the Let Them theory.
If you are a Mel Robbins super fan, like please show yourself because I don't know, something's just not adding up about like her presence online.
I agree.
Like, I think if you are the big, like, there is not a podcast that Mel Robbins won't go on. And I feel like if you are, like, at a certain level, like, you do stop going on every single podcast to promote your own podcast. And just something about, like, how, like, low she'll go is confusing to me. Just saying.
Yeah. I don't know. But maybe it's just, like, so not our thing.
That's what I'm saying. But I haven't met someone who, like, loves the Mel Robbins podcast. So that's why I just want... I'm definitely wrong because she's everywhere, but like if you are a Mel Robbins super fan, like please show yourself in the comments.
I agree. Show yourself. Pablo Torre finds out.
Okay, iHeartRadio podcast.
The Daily.
I guess. I just feel like, I don't know, awards like this like shouldn't be given to like big corporations. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Give it to the little guy.
100%.
The Rest is History.
Okay.
This past weekend with Theo Von.
Okay. I feel like actually he had a kind of a quiet year, just saying.
Yeah. Call Her Daddy.
Yeah.
Heavyweight.
The Claudia Oshry story?
Don't be rude. And Giggly Squad. I just want to say, I feel like any award shows that like don't nominate Joe Rogan like any podcast awards like really can't be taken seriously.
I know people like to like exclude him as like a political statement, but it does, you're right, like it does
take away
whether you like it or not. Like
it's like when they don't nominate Morgan Wallen for best album when he had the best album or entertainer of the year when he was the entertainer of the year.
Yeah.
It's like you don't even have to give it to him, but by not nominating them, like it seems unserious and like extremely skewed.
That's actually a really good point. Now, can I make a prediction? I do think it's hard for me. Like, obviously, I live in my own world, right? Like, and they're only podcasts. But I feel like if I haven't heard of your podcast, like, you were not the podcast of the year.
And we check the charts all the time.
Yeah. And I haven't even, like, listened to podcasts, but I've heard of them.
Right, of course.
So I do feel like I can eliminate a couple from that one.
Well, do you want to predict your winner?
Oh, well, I think it's either going to be, I don't know who it's going to be because I don't know how these work. I don't know what the politics are. But for me, I think that the podcast of the year was either Good Hang or Giggly Squad. Like, they really had a huge year. So that's my prediction, but I don't know who they're going to give it to because I don't know what like the back end philanthropy politics are.
I wish it was really like votes based.
Yeah, of course. Like I think they take in consideration like who gets a lot of votes, but of course, you know, the president of iHeart is like, you know, back there yelling at people.
Yeah. Like, is he really going to let Theo Von get up there and make a speech?
And shake that thing?
I don't know.
So
very exciting for the industry. It's an honor to be nominated.
Of course.
I don't know where you can vote, but we'll be sure to let you know whenever we know.
Can you also tell me who was nominated for Pop Culture Podcast?
Oh, yes. Best Pop Culture, Las Culturistas.
Oh,
Yikes.
Oh, but they are iHeartRadio, actually. If they weren't dealing with their big Jasmine Crockett gate, I do think they probably could have and would have won. And it wouldn't have been like a iHeart, like they would have been deserving.
Yeah. Call Her Daddy. Therapist.
That's got my vote.
Giggly Squad.
Oh, I feel like they're more comedy than pop culture.
And Vile Files.
Also having a rough week. But also that's kind of par for the course. I don't think it takes you out of the running. If
No, that's what the podcast awards are about. What would they should have a category? Best bounce back from a scandal.
Winner. I want to say I think Jake Shane could and should win. Like
I agree.
It's become a real destination. And I think like this year particularly, you know, everyone obviously Call the Daddy's big all the time, but like in this year particularly,
about
I feel like
the year.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of music artists, like who otherwise would have gone on Call Her Daddy, are now going to Jake. Luke Combs is on. Did you see?
Yes, I did see. It's really like one or the other.
Yeah. For music people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did see Luke Combs. I'm excited to listen to that.
So I did like when I had a feeling he was going on because Jake started posting a lot that he's in like his Luke Combs era. I'm like, well, if he wants Luke Combs, he can get Luke Combs. So I was like sending him songs. I'm like, you have to listen to these songs. And I was like sending voice memos. I'm like, okay. And he also has a wife and he has 2 kids. Like I was just giving him like a little bit of backstory. So I'm feeling hopeful.
I think it's going to be great because I think if anything, it's just going to be different than what we usually see from Luke.
Yeah, like Luke on Joe Rogan, like I'm sure if you're into hunting, like a lot of that did go over my head because they weren't really talking so much about music. They were talking about their shared interests, which is like game.
Hunting, fishing, and loving every day.
And so obviously I listened to it, but I was like just kind of like lost for a good portion of it. And I don't think I'll be lost.
I think you'll be found.
Yeah, cute.
You will be found.
No, not Ben Platt. Luke Combs has a song.
Thank you. I didn't want to sing Ben Platt today.
No.
Are you ready for our next story? Which is actually some podcasting news that I do fear you're going to hate. But Pete Davidson is launching a podcast, a video podcast, which is pretty interesting. So he's launching the Pete Davidson Show, a new video podcast filmed in his garage. It will be streamed on Netflix. So he has announced the Pete Davidson Show, a weekly video podcast filmed inside his home, inside his garage. He said that's where the best conversations happen. It launches on Netflix on January 30th. He said Netflix was the home of my first stand-up special, so it felt right to bring the podcast there too. It's me and my friends talking about anything and everything. It's going to be a great time.
So I don't know if you saw Liz Wood's posting about this. Apparently there's like a lot of controversy here because Netflix now like making podcasts that are just like talk shows and they're going to be on TV is kind of like a backwards way of creating like a late night interview show without having to pay union workers. Like the way you get Jimmy Fallon made or Jimmy Kimmel made is like you need so much staff. There's so many unions. It's like much more expensive and slow and like classic TV. Whereas like now in the digital age, like podcast doesn't have any of that stuff. And so it's like, this is essentially the Pete Davidson Show. Like it's kind of like an interview show, like how David Letterman would be, but they don't have to deal with any of that union hogwash.
Says who though? Because
says Liz.
But if it's filmed in his garage, like there's going to be camera operators, there's going to be producers.
Yeah, but they're not union workers.
How do you know that?
Because that's what they said on the story. I don't know.
You know, like if
like I'm saying, it's not a union show.
And just because something's called a podcast, like that just means non-union.
Yes,
podcast means non-union.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you get it.
Is there something in the union contract that says no podcast?
No, but like if you're creating a show and like you're doing it like
if you're creating a TV show.
No, if you're creating any type of show, union makes it harder. It makes it more expensive. And so this is like a way of very legally and not doing that and just hiring regular camera guys.
Interesting. So you think it's all about the union?
No, but I just think now we're at like an intersection in media where forever TV has been unionized. And now with the podcasting game, it's just a little bit more free.
And the union is SAG-AFTRA.
Yes, it is.
So this takes it back to SAG-AFTRA.
All roads
lead to SAG-AFTRA. Because I feel like when you say like the union, you might not realize like it's SAG-AFTRA.
Right, and that means you have to like pay all your workers, give health care. Like it makes
it
makes it expensive. And so this is kind of like the first big Netflix thing that's non-union.
Well, I look forward to hearing from SAG-AFTRA regarding this matter.
Yeah, you know Fran, even though she's not the president anymore. Who is? For me, it will always be
Fran. But that's fine. I'm like ready for a new president. I feel like she was there for the big moment.
Yeah, when it mattered most, Fran was there.
President SAG-AFTRA is Sean Astin.
Slay.
So I look forward to like what they have to say now about this back door.
In terms of the actual podcast. So we were talking earlier in the year that like Netflix is in the business of accruing podcasts. They did a big partnership with Spotify. And now they're making their own, which is just like repackaged TV, right?
Right.
This is like the David Letterman show.
But I guess it will also be on the podcast app and Spotify. So that's what makes it a podcast.
But everything, like Netflix originals are always only available on Netflix. So will this be available on Spotify?
And
and Stitcher?
Great question. Because otherwise it's just a show.
Right, that they're calling a podcast. And I think maybe that's where some of the controversy lies.
I'm not seeing that it's exclusive to Netflix. It launches on Netflix and it's a podcast. So we better be seeing you in the App Store.
Because you're not a podcast if you're not on Apple, just saying.
Yeah. What do you think about Pete Davidson joining the podcasting sphere if he is? I feel like it could be successful.
Yeah. The thing about Pete Davidson that's so crazy, and this is going to be like an extremely hot take. I don't even know if I want to say it. Maybe we'll cut it out. Like in terms of his level of celebrity, he's not that accomplished, right? Like,
well, that's what chat said.
Oh yeah, that's where that theory came from. We did a Patreon.
a few weeks ago. It was just about pop culture and chat.
I'm gonna ask.
The prompt for us was like, who do we think are the most overrated celebrities? And so we gave our answer.
Can you remind me what you said about Pete Davidson and why he's overrated?
But we also recognize that we're very biased because we don't consume everything all the time. So we asked chat, like, for unbiased opinion of who are the most overrated celebrities based on like their actual body of work. And one of the names, and by the way, they were kind of spot on with like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
One of the people that they said was Pete Davidson. His celebrity is much bigger than his actual body of work.
So his public profile is this is what chat says. His public profile is overwhelmingly driven by high-profile relationships rather than stand-up comedy, acting, or writing. The fame to output ratio is off.
The fame to output ratio.
His comedy doesn't match the hype. Oh, well, this is what chat says. He's likable and self-aware, but his stand-up and SNL work haven't really produced many iconic, era-defining moments that justify people's obsession with him. He relies more on persona than craft, which I actually don't think is a crime. I think a lot of like really funny do, but the sad boy, damaged but charming angle carries a lot of his appeal. That vulnerability reads as authenticity, but it often substitutes for range or evolution. Yikes. PR and media culture do the heavy lifting. He became a symbol of the internet and press, latching onto messy, relatable, dating famous women, but that narrative snowballed faster than his actual body of work. So cultural curiosity is more than him as a cultural pillar. He's interesting to talk about, not necessarily essential to comedy. The attention he gets far outweighs his long-term artistic impact. So I think there are a lot of like huge comedians who would be like Netflix's first podcast, who have like a larger body of work. That's not to say that it won't be good or funny. And I think celebrities really like him.
Yeah.
And so much of being an interview show is getting good guests. And when it comes to people feeling comfortable, like I do think he'll pull a lot of people with the Netflix thing, and then also just him being himself. But I feel like as a comedian, like we don't really know him.
Yeah, I agree with Chad about the fame to output ratio. However, I feel like that bothers Pete too. Like that he doesn't want all of this. It's not like he drummed all of this up. Like I think he would rather like people focus on the work rather than his fame. I actually think this has the makings of a good podcast. One, like you said, he'll get good guests, but I feel like he's just a funny person. And that's what like
that's
thrives.
What Chad says. It's more his persona.
Right. That's what like it's not about the like one-liners and the cracking jokes and like the stand-up. Like so I feel like that's what a good podcast is, like someone who's just like funny and can talk to like friends and have a funny conversation and make us laugh. Also like him being a new dad now, I feel like maybe he'll have a lot of
funny stories,
insights, and just like a new POV. And I wouldn't be surprised if like this became like very popular, like Good Hang with Amy Poehler. Like I feel like she was poised to be a good podcaster, and I could see the same for him. Now I could also see it being like another Pete Davidson project,
right? In the
hear about that we talk about and then we never talk about again.
Yeah, the thing with Amy Poehler is I think Amy Poehler really likes to work and like is a hard worker, you know, and I think that's why her podcast is so successful. I don't think she just like shows up, you know. With Pete, I haven't gotten the vibe that he's like a big hard worker. And the thing about a podcast is like you can really tell when someone's into it, no matter how big or famous they are. You can tell when they're just showing up and reading cards, or that they like really love it and they're getting like. I feel like that's what happened with Chloe. I feel like at first maybe like things were really being done for her, but then she like really started to like it. And I think her podcast has gotten more and more successful because she's so in it. She picks the guests and she asks the questions, and yeah, she has a lot of help. I don't know if I see that for Pete, like wanting to really get in the weeds on it.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
We will see, but it's not a bad idea.
No. And it's really interesting that not only is Netflix getting into the podcasting game, they're creating their own podcasts. I'm curious where it's going to live. It has to live on like the audio.
And by the way, if it doesn't go to the App Store and Spotify, it's not a podcast. And
it's just a show.
It will be the Pete Davidson show.
It's just a non-union show.
And I'm calling SAG myself.
Yeah, and they would be right for being upset.
For sure. Are you ready for our next story?
Oh,
Nene Leakes sets Bravo return with Real Housewives Ultimate Road Trip. So Nene Leakes is officially coming back to the Bravoverse with the Real Housewives Ultimate Road Trip. The mother of all housewives and former star of Real Housewives of Atlanta is making her return to Bravo with the spinoff, which is celebrating 20 years of the Real Housewives franchise. She said, "This has been a really long journey, and gosh, I'm happy, overwhelmed to say that I will be returning to Bravo. I almost can't believe the words that are coming out of my mouth. I'm just so happy." So the Real Housewives Ultimate Road Trip follows a group of beloved housewives from across the years. They embark on a once-in-a-lifetime adventure, making their way through some of the most memorable locations in the franchise's history, starting where it all began in Orange County and culminating in an epic East Coast grand finale. Each stop will feature appearances by fan favorites from different cities to pay tribute to the past, embrace the present, and look toward the many miles still ahead.
So it's like an anniversary special. I, for one, am thrilled that Nene Leakes will be back on my TV, although I am confused because she was embroiled in a lawsuit. She was suing Bravo for kind of like serious allegations, including racism. And so I'm shocked that she would go back.
Yeah.
And I don't even know where we landed. There are a couple housewives who, for me, I thought were just like persona non grata. Like if you've ever been embroiled, like a couple of housewives who were involved in the lawsuit, or at least speaking to that, was it Vanity Fair, about Andy, Leah McSweeney, like you'll never be back. And I thought Nene was one of those, which is a shame because she's an OG and she's iconic. I thought we would never see her again.
Yeah, I think that's why she's like so shocked and
right. And I thought that was not only her choice, but theirs also.
Right, on both parties. So that's why obviously they've made amends.
Yeah.
They can come together, and I think she's excited for this. I want to say this show sounds like a good idea in theory, but in practice, I have no interest. Like,
no, this
in
is
watching like a bunch of OGs come together and just like talk about the thing, like. It's not going to be like new moments. It's just like rehashing the old.
This is for like hardcore super fans. It's cute and it's fun and it's a nice way to pay homage. I don't think it's going to be gangbusters. We need multiple seasons. Like I think it's going to be a one-time thing. And yeah, I'm not like, dying to watch it. But you never know.
It's just going to be like a lot of like hugging and oh my God. Like,
yeah, I don't think it doesn't sound like there's going to be drama. Like it just sounds like it's like a produced anniversary special.
I think I imagine like an RV. With a bunch of OGs, and then they'll like stop in different cities where they've done Housewives and like see other Housewives and like say, or go somewhere where they went on a trip and be like, well, this happened here. And like, I don't need a museum tour of the Real Housewives.
I don't either, but a bunch of OGs on an RV like doesn't sound bad. I just want to say that part. Something about an RV is just...
Claudia's addicted.
It makes amazing television, scripted or otherwise. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Nene sharing a bus with like Teresa, like, okay, maybe funny, yeah.
Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, the first episode of this season, they went on an RV.
And was it amazing?
No.
Oh. What show was I just... Oh, did they take an RV? Was it Vanderpump Rules?
Kardashians.
Oh, that wasn't good because their asses did not sleep in that thing. Like,
no,
it was
they
fake.
did. I mean, Chris went
home, but I just feel like it was fake. Like, I did not get the vibe that they were actually doing it. But I feel like it was someone else. When they went to Big Bear or something, Vanderpump Rules, I think they went camping, right? And they took an RV? Maybe, I don't know. It's great TV. It can be great TV. So actually that element of the road trip part, yeah, I agree with you. Like the Hall of Fame moments, oh, here's where I threw up. Like, I seriously don't give a fuck. But funny people like Nene being in close quarters, that actually could be funny. Because the thing about Ultimate Girls Trip, it's still very luxe. So it's just like a brand trip. I do like when they slum it. Like that Sonia and Ramona show. No, Sonia and Luann. I don't know if it was popular. I liked it. It was very funny where they went to that random town in Illinois and like, tried to help the town. It was funny. So the Simple Life sort of vibe.
Yeah.
It might, I'm just being optimistic.
That's really generous of you. I feel like oftentimes I would be, but I've realized I've watched none of these shows.
I've watched a couple. Nene does not do things poorly. Like she's just a funny person. So anything that she's a part of like will be funny. And so they were right to bring her back. Mm-hmm. There aren't a lot of housewives. I think a lot of housewives think that they have that. They're like, everything I do is so great.
Yeah.
And it's just like actually not. I've watched Ultimate Girls Trip. Where did we ever land with that? Because they were doing them and they were getting a little bit more successful. And that Morocco trip, which never made air because
Caroline and Brandy.
Yeah. Did that end the Ultimate Girls Trips for good?
I don't know. And now there's so many other things like Traitors.
Yeah, I do feel like when Bravo was trying to bring old people back, that was one of like the first projects, and it didn't.
I liked the first one,
Me
Turks
too.
and Caicos.
With the Jersey Housewives, and Ramona was there.
Kyle was there. It was really like
yeah,
icons only.
But I feel like then Bravo found success with like other things and didn't need to do that Ultimate Girls Trip anymore. And I think it was expensive. I think a lot of those women like won't do anything less than like a lot of money.
Yeah. Are you ready for our fourth story?
Oh my God, no. So sorry.
No, that's okay.
Oh my God, I'm so fucking verklempt. Hold on.
That's okay. Take your time. I'll give you space to get ready for the fourth.
Our fourth story is brought to you by Amazon MGM Studios. From Amazon MGM Studios comes Melania. She's done this before. Now it's your turn to witness how she does it again. This new film takes you inside the 20 days leading up to the 2025 presidential inauguration through the eyes of the First Lady herself. Critical meetings, private conversations. Watch what it really takes to prepare for one of the most powerful roles on the planet. Melania, only in theaters January 30th. Today's episode is also brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.
Yeah.
Booking.com offers a wide variety of hotels, vacation rentals all across the U.S., so you can find exactly what you're booking for. There's something for everyone, even those who are impossible to please, like the girl I'm sitting next to, because I'm planning this fabulous road trip, and I will be using Booking.com because of all the places we're going to stop, we're going to need accommodations. Now, I feel like at one point we were definitely in our hotel era, but when we travel now, we just have bigger needs. We need a fridge for the breast milk, so a house really accommodates us quite nicely. And Booking.com has it all. So whether you're booking for yourself, your partner, picky teenagers, or a high maintenance group chat, you can find exactly what you're booking for. So stays from Booking.com just really always get really specific. And I actually think the older you get, your travel needs become much more specific. And you can't just like pull up and, just be crazy. Things require a little bit more planning, especially if you're traveling with kids. When we're doing, kidless trips, we're looking for something even more specific. And so that's why I really like Booking.com, especially for big family trips. Finding a house that accommodates all of our needs, that has lots of outdoor space, maybe a playground, lots of bedrooms. It's really, can be hard to do, but Booking.com does it flawlessly. So find exactly what you're booking for at Booking.com. Booking.yeah. You can book today on their website, which is, of course, Booking.com, or in the app. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
Thank you, Booking.turdy.
Not your best.
I was just like, maybe I shouldn't say that because people might go to Booking.turdy. It's always the risk I run.
I know, but that's where personal accountability needs to be taken into place. Why would you be going to Booking.turdy?
I don't know. These brands like to get fun.
They do, actually.
With the synergy.
Yeah, with the call to action.
So don't go to Booking.turdy.
Go to Booking.com.
I
feel like we're even outperforming our ad reads ever since we've been snubbed.
I know. We have to show them.
Yeah. We'll show Gronk.
Yeah. Our next story, Justin and Hailey Bieber are lawyering up against a TikToker over abusive marriage allegations. So Justin and Hailey have lawyered up against a TikToker who claimed that they had an abusive marriage fueled by the singer's alleged drug addiction. The couple's lawyer sent social media user Julie a cease and desist claiming she fabricated her story about their marriage, per TMZ. In the letter obtained by the outlet, the lawyer writes that the psychologist has allegedly spread, quote, outrageous, false, fabricated, and defamatory statements she made and disseminated online.
Imagine being a psychologist and you're making videos about Hailey Bieber. I just want to say, get off TikTok and get back to your clients.
He also claimed she manufactured, quote, a false defamatory narrative concerning our clients and their marriage that were published and widely disseminated, noting that her conduct is wrongful, highly damaging, actionable, and exposes her to substantial liability. He went on to demand that she immediately take down the videos in question, as well as stop posting that the Biebers are in an abusive relationship. If she doesn't, the couple would have no choice but to protect their rights and remedies against you. He concluded the letter by reminding Julie that she acts at her own peril and to govern herself accordingly.
Now, I know people are like, oh, big bad celebrity, rich people coming for the little guy. And I just want to say this. Fuck around and find the fuck out. I literally don't care. And yes, I'm a toxic Hailey Bieber stan and I'll probably support anything she does. Having said that, people on the internet are far too comfortable being mentally ill and actually just saying things, whatever comes to their mind. And not only do I think this girl, you can't just say someone is a drug addict and abusive. Those are kind of big things. And saying them as a professional, people would look at a psychologist and be like, oh, well, she obviously is smart. She sees something we don't see. So you can't just say whatever the fuck you want. And I also like what message not only this sends to this particular person, but to people who want to be crazy and just say stuff in general. I like this.
And to people who want to diagnose people that they don't know, that they've never met, who want to sort of yield degrees that they have and education that they have and project it onto people that they've never met. I think that's not something that you should do.
And I could see people being like, well, Hailey, and Justin, you're so famous. Why are you bothering with a random TikToker? And it's normalize stuff bothering you. You know?
Yeah. Well, I was going to say that surprised me about this is that they saw it, that it bothered them, that it bothers them enough to do something about it.
I didn't even see it.
Oh, really?
And
it's
I see
not
everything.
What's going everywhere on TikTok.
No, but still, it must have gotten big enough to get, across her desk.
She had this theory that they're in an abusive dependent.
Right. And so that this relationship will last forever because Hailey is codependent on an abusive narcissist, really using all the big buzzwords. And it's girl, you literally don't know these people. And why don't you, like I said, get back to your clients and actually.
Maybe not get back to your clients.
I like that this story is becoming public because if I find out that my psychologist is being sued by Hailey Bieber for making TikToks, I, for one, am glad because I have a new psychologist now. And so Hailey is actually doing a service to this woman's clients because you can't have a psychologist who's making TikToks. I'm sorry, you can't. I feel that way about a bunch of industries. Whenever I see someone oh, I'm a blank and you have a TikTok following, I'm like, well, you'll never be my blank. I know social media is for everyone, but like it's really not.
No, I saw that recently, and I was like, I had the same thought of like, how can you be in a certain profession and be making these TikToks?
It's really finicky. Like when I see plastic surgeons who do like, here's what I think this celebrity has had done. I'm like, okay, well, I'm literally never going to you. I just like, even like, it's very finicky with doctors. I do think doctors can be on social media, but it's such a private thing that I would prefer that they're not.
Yeah.
Like I just would.
But some people like do it well with doctors.
Educational content.
Yeah.
But if you're like making viral buzzy content on TikTok and you're a doctor, you're never my doctor. Sorry, you're just not.
Yeah.
Same, like a therapist. When I see therapists making, I obviously don't go to therapy, but if I ever did, I would make sure that they don't make TikToks because like that's fucking crazy. I'm sorry, social media is not for everyone.
Yeah. So maybe she will cease and desist after this, and maybe people will take heed.
I just think like you should think before you say something.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we've never gotten a letter.
To cease and desist? I mean, we don't
like say allegations.
No, we don't
make
like go
jokes.
around diagnosing people.
We don't.
We just make jokes.
Yeah.
Are you ready for our fifth and final story?
I am.
Bad behavior. Kiefer Sutherland has been arrested after allegedly assaulting his rideshare driver in Hollywood. Yeah.
Is there a dash cam footage?
I'm not sure, but he was arrested shortly after midnight on Monday, January 12th. Officers responded to the scene near Sunset Boulevard, where Kiefer Sutherland was found. Officers from LAPD responded to a radio call regarding an assault involving a rideshare driver. The investigation determined that the suspect, later identified as Kiefer Sutherland, Kiefer, entered a rideshare vehicle, physically assaulted the driver, the victim, and made criminal threats toward the victim, the driver.
Oh my God, here I am, like always telling celebrities not to drink and drive, take an Uber. And then this one takes an Uber and beats up his driver. Like, seriously, celebrities are sick. They are sick. I don't even know what to say here. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, seriously, Uber drivers don't get paid enough to deal with people's bullshit. Usually it's like verbal assault. Physical assault is so crazy. Like, it's just insane. You, a celebrity, a man, like, what are you doing?
I don't know.
I need a psychologist to diagnose this because that is really not normal.
No, that's really bad. Kiefer.
Yeah, Kiefer.
And
you know who his dad is?
Donald,
Yeah.
Rip King,
From the
Rip
Hunger Games.
President Snow.
Mm-hmm. Not a lot of people know that.
Well, they're both Sutherland.
Benicio del Toro and Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, the Sutherland boys.
Correct.
Donald, he would not be pleased to hear about this.
Oh, I don't think my father, President Snow, would be too pleased to hear about this.
Yeah. So.
Just don't beat up your Uber drivers. I feel like that's kind of a good message to leave everyone with.
Yeah.
Like, even like, I've had, like,
as a rule of thumb, you know?
Even if you want to, let it be an exercise in restraint.
Just walk away.
Yeah. That's really crazy. Like, this person's literally driving you home. Like, it's insane. Everything comes back to driving.
It really does. It really does. But yeah, I don't.
Tisk, tisk, Kiefer. Tisk, tisk.
Those are the Fast Five stories. Feel as though
they were weird.
You needed to know, but they were fun.
I had a blast. I, for one, enjoyed myself.
What was your favorite one?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. We should do this at the end.
Like a new segment.
I feel like the Hailey Bieber one. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, I just feel like I had a couple of like funny lines, you know?
Oh, that's good. That's good. I feel like for me, obviously the podcast awards, but I do sort of get a little insecure that like people don't care as much as we do when we talk like
yeah, there are a couple of like topics.
So
like
I was enjoying myself, but I was feeling insecure.
Yeah, like you were enjoying yourself knowing like you would get hate. Like yeah. The life of a pod T-lop.
But I did enjoy the Pete Davidson one because I know people like talking about Pete Davidson. I don't, but I like the other subjects in that story, like podcasting, future of the industry, SAG-AFTRA. I got to say SAG-AFTRA today, you guys. So it was a good one. I'm happy.
I'm happy too.
Job well done.
Now, Traitors comes out tonight. I do believe it's multiple episodes again.
That I heard. So let's recap it Monday. Yeah. I enjoy the show. I want to enjoy it.
Me too. And Ben got in bed last night. Was like, he's obsessed. He was like, do we have any more Traitors?
Oh, and you know what? Maybe this will give my husband some time to catch up because I wound up having to watch without him. And then we could watch it together because that's like fun for the whole family.
Agreed.
I'm trying to think who he's a fan of that's on the show. Well, he'll enjoy the Donna Kelsey until he doesn't.
Yes. The limited Donna. The limited Donna. She had like a little stroke. The limited.
limited Donna. Oh, you sent me a video. I didn't even get to discuss it with you. So we answered our question yesterday. When do the faithfuls find out who the traitors were? And when they get eliminated, they get that note saying they've been murdered, and then the producers tell them who it is and films their reaction.
Which I'm obsessed with.
Yeah.
Like if you go to the traitor social media accounts, you'll see Portia and Donna both finding out who the traitors actually are.
And they also share their guesses as to who the traitors were.
And let me say, Donna and Portia both guessed nobody correctly, and then every time they flipped a card, they were like, I knew it.
That Portia, literally, she gave her guesses, and
they were wrong.
Saw every card, was like, Lisa Rinna, I knew it.
Rob, oh, I knew it.
No, you didn't.
You didn't, because we literally just asked you who you thought it was. And you
I love that they ask who you think. Like, I'm so glad we're literally, no, you didn't know.
No, that's like a new favorite part of the show for me is people's reactions, because I imagine it's like such a mind fuck. And Donna too was like, oh, I knew it. No, you literally didn't.
No.
We just saw you not know it.
But no, even if she knew it, she wasn't gonna nominate. Oh yeah, because
we had them. The producer sits them down and was like, "Who do you think it is?" None of them got it right, and every person's reaction was like, "I knew it." Like you factually didn't.
Yeah.
So we just saw that. Now you're a liar. That's our show, you guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Toast Monday Morning Show. We love the fast five stories that you need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So you're watching us on YouTube. Please subscribe, please give it a thumbs up. Also available as podcasts and podcasts we found. So it's about iTunes, Stitcher, Bubble, guys, box, all the places, websites, and podcast minutes. To leave advice or review about a beautiful, stunning, and wickedly talented we are. Hope you have an amazing day, and we will see you tomorrow.
Love ya. Bye.